Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sidecar Spin. Today I'll be speaking with Brett Schiller. Brett is an up-and-comer sidecar passenger and he has competed in motocross and the reliability trials, and we're going to have a chat to him and see what it's like growing up around sidecars and now racing alongside his dad. Well, welcome to the Sidecar Spin podcast, Brett.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yep, no worries. Thanks for jumping on and having a chat. Let's get into who you are and a little bit about how you got into sidecar racing.
Yeah, I've been riding sidecars since I was real young on the push bike sidecar with dad, being having Crash as a dad. So I've been around for scene since I was just pretty out the womb, pretty much. And then, yeah, just slowly kept getting on the sidecar with dad whenever he'd go out testing with Stiffo and going around with him and watching road trials and whatnot. But he's growing up with the sport, I ended up enjoying it a fair bit. And then later years, I ended up hopping on with Mert, just mucking around paddocks, whatnot a bit. As had a bit of a joke going as the Mert and Burt race team, go around putting stickers on everyone's bike for a pack of lollies, supposedly. And then from there, yeah, I just went into road trials only the last couple of years because I've only just been old enough to.
So you didn't ride any junior racing at all?
Nah, Dad tried to steer me clear of the junior racing. I did a bit of solo trials, but never competed as a junior. Dad didn't want to put me into the juniors and wear me out of racing too young,
Yeah,
so we avoided that when I was very young.
yeah. But you still rode around just casually, like for fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
we had a block out bush well, so we would go ride around on and practice ride out there, and whenever Dad would take off from town on his sidecar, I'd go up the driveway with him and just odd rides like that wherever I could.
And what was it like growing up around sidecars and, having Crash as a dad?
It was fun. It was certainly highlighted my childhood, going out to the road trials, going to find someone to go around with that he and get all the go see all the sections and see Dad at the fuel dumps and whatnot. It was certainly good, and it's certainly helped me get into the sidecars. Like, it's been handy having all those connections into it to get tips and pointers to grow my abilities
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, well, it would be handy. Well, having people, like so many people around you that are already into it and have all that knowledge and skill to pass on to you, it'd be a very good advantage, I guess, so than people who are just sort of coming into the sport and got nothing, no background in it at all.
Yeah, it was very helpful when I was starting out, especially having the likes of Stiff and Brian, especially those two have helped out a lot with giving me pointers on swinging and just where to be and when to be there, as well as having Dad there, a fairly knowledgeable rider, to give me the perspective of how it feels as a rider.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like because your dad has reached such a top level in the sport, do you ever feel like you have that pressure to sort of do that as well?
Uh Not so much pressure. He's been very good for letting me know that just because he's done something in the sport doesn't mean that I've got to follow that and be just as good as him. So
Yeah.
I haven't really had the physical force pressure on me, but I've certainly wanted to live up to his standard and try and be better than him one day was the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a bit hit and miss because he's not young anymore, and going sort of on the rise a bit more, so it's a bit of an unlevel playing field, but
Oh, you'll
he's still he's
you'll be
still
able to kick
certainly
his ass.
quicker.
He'll be like, "Bloody hell."
Yeah.
I think he'll fight to the end.
Oh, yeah, he won't give it easily. He's still bloody quick.
Yeah. What made you choose to be a passenger and not a rider?
Well, when I was younger, I gave it a crack for a few times, and I never got comfortable with it. I was never a big fan of the idea or felt comfortable riding. It always felt like the bike was gonna tip to
Yeah.
me, and I could never really get the hang of it and grasp the concept. Could have also been the fact that I had dad swinging for me, so that might not have helped, but yeah, I could never fully get the concept of riding. I always felt like I was gonna tip up or I could never fully commit to the corners and
Yeah.
just didn't work that way, and then hopped on the side and loved it a lot more than riding, so I just stuck there.
And what do you reckon's been like the hardest skills to learn as a passenger?
I would definitely say the timing has had to be the hardest to learn,
Yeah.
knowing how long to hold back from a corner to how quickly you need to be out, and then going into tight scrub where you don't really have much option, it's just get to each side as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Same sort of with creeks, especially in road trials, I found. It's, very tight technical riding, so you sorta just gotta do as much as you can when you can,
Yeah. And just
and then
reading the
sorta
track.
yeah, reading the track especially, I find it's a lot different riding road trials to motocross. I'll protect that chair wheel a lot more riding road trials than I would riding motocross.
Yeah. That's I found in the road trials, the reading the track was so mentally draining. Like those first couple that I did, I just was like, "Oh my god," like my brain wanted to explode.
Yeah, yeah, I found the same thing with, well, because the first event I ever did was the 24.
Oh,
So I went
okay. Yep.
straight into the 24 with Clint Grabham,
Yep.
and we had Mert Zagi and Dan Zagi in front of us there to start with, but they had bike issues on the second transport. So they ended up taking off on the minute with us, and we were pushing to not hold them up because they didn't wanna pass us because 'cause they're bike dramas. And so we were pushing to keep in front of them, and I just struggled heaps, like, with reading the track at the pace and trying to learn that with having someone behind and having to push to keep
Yeah.
in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that just that pressure, because then it's you start getting, like, freaking out a bit, like that anxiety of like, "Oh shit, someone's behind us," and, "Oh, I gotta," "don't wanna do the wrong thing."
Yeah, yeah, that's right. You got someone watching you, and then you also don't wanna stuff up for your rider, and then it almost feeds the problem,
Yeah.
and you just lose concentration on
Yeah.
the actual markers and the track.
Yeah, get all overwhelmed and your brain sort of goes to mush.
Yeah,
And then
correct.
that's when you start making those mistakes, and then because you make the mistakes, you start freaking out more and you're like, "Oh, shit," like, get frustrated.
Yeah, it feeds the problem a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So you did the 24 for your first ever event. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah, so I turned 16, like, a day or 2 after the Robbie 2 day, so I
Yep,
wasn't able to compete in that or any other 6 hours beforehand, but I really wanted to do the 100th 24, so Grabbo was happy enough to hop on and let me hop on and teach me how to get through and coach me through being my first event.
yep.
It
Did
was
you guys
certainly
make it?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, so we got first in masters that year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it was certainly a learning curve and a tough event to go into as a first event, but is we got through it in the end.
Yep. And I guess if you can do the 24, then for your first event, you can do all of them.
Yeah, that's it. You just go it's all in the mindset really once you've especially with the 24, I found it's a lot of mindset games.
And how did you
That's
feel? Like, what was it like for your first event?
it was difficult. It was very tough. There's a lot of stages there as being my first event and just yeah, it was very intimidating at the start there, and then I got through it. It was very, very mentally challenging, and there was quite a few spots where I felt like pulling out and
Yeah.
giving up. But luckily, having Grabbo, he's very good at getting people through. So just pushing through with him, and then yeah, eventually got through and saw daylight and got that second burst of energy, and that made it a bit better on that third lap, especially where it's just worn you out. You've
Yeah.
done your lap,
And being
and
the
you just
first one, you probably didn't realize, like, some of that terrain that, you ride on, it would have been the first time you've sort of experienced stuff like that.
yes and no. Like I'd help Dad mark out a lot of sections as a young kid because he's on the 24 committee. I'd go out on the weekend before and help him mark out and help him pack up the sections.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of a rough idea, but it's still an overwhelming event to head into as a first event.
Yeah, and it's different when you're on the bike at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was one part in the 24 there, and like the 100th one, my first one, where I remember going down the bitumen. It was all dry, it, like wasn't raining or anything, and then next second I blinked and we were going down dirt and it was raining.
Yeah.
So not sure what happened there, but
Oh, that was a crazy one, that one. It was so bloody muddy.
yeah, yeah, it started raining towards the end of the first lap, and I can't overly recall anymore, but I'm pretty sure it went all through the night.
Yeah. I think this year's gonna be like that.
Yeah, it's looking really wet up this way.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure your dad posted something in the, sidecar group of, like, rain for both days, so, yeah,
Oh yeah,
could be
lovely.
interesting. Well, we
Yep,
got good
once I
weather
get
last year.
yeah. Other than the dust last year, that was a bit. Me and Benny were bike 8 last year, and that was dusty already with us coming through.
Yeah, yeah, it was dusty, but at least it didn't bloody rain and it wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
The fog's terrible, so last year we didn't get any fog, so that was alright.
Well, at least it's cleared up around here lately. We had about 4 days where you could barely see in front of you.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, just a whole day fog, but
Yeah, bloody hell. So you're on for this year again?
yeah,
Yep,
yeah, so I'll be hopping back on for Benny again for the 24.
yep, so this'll be your 3rd?
Yeah,
Yep,
3rd start,
yep. Oh,
so
cool. Um, so you do reliability trials and motocross. Which one do you enjoy the most or
from the thrill of it, probably motocross.
Yep,
I love the motocross especially with the jumping and, yeah, you getting good airtime. That's always a highlight of the motocross. But from a riding time point of view, almost the, road trials, just because you're not sitting around and waiting for your race all day.
yeah,
You sorta once you've started, you're going for the whole day.
yeah, yep. And motocross wise, so you had your first race on with your dad?
Yeah, so I did the 2024 Murray Williams Cup with Dad. That was the first time I'd hopped on racing with Dad.
And how was that? It looked hard.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
seeing you, I was like, "Oh my god, what have you done to him, Crash?"
there was some words spoken to each other and a few tears shed from throwing me out the back, but other than that, we finished most of the races other than the 3rd one, we finished.
Oh, okay, yeah, what happened there?
Yeah, we were going over a set of the stutters there, and my feet have just bounced out the back, and it's just peeled me out the back of the sidecar, and we'd gotten the whole shot off the line, gone around to the second set of stutters, yeah, bounced out the back, peeled me out the back, and I've poked my head up out the dust because 'cause they'd gotten pretty dusty by that stage,
Yeah.
and I just see this field of sidecars coming towards me.
Oh, gee, that would have been terrifying.
Yeah, yeah. It was, it certainly wasn't a comfortable feeling, and then, yeah, got off the track, the buckle to my pants had been torn open and shit when I came off the back and a lot of stuff like that, so I
Yeah.
just rode back in. Looking back on it now, I wish I had just hopped back on and finished the race, but
Oh, well, you don't know, it's your first one, you
yeah.
sorta would have been in a bit of shock.
Oh, yeah, it was certainly wasn't that he wasn't a comfortable feeling.
Yeah, yeah, you get in a bit of shock and think, "What the hell just happened?" And it's like, "Holy crap."
Yeah, yeah, you're in shock, and then all of a sudden you got to think about getting off a track.
Yeah, yep. And did you guys end up doing the feature race though?
Yeah, yeah, we ended up doing the feature race as well, so hop
Yeah,
back onto that.
'cause
Um,
what did you guys end up did you
uh,
when
we
did
ended up we ended up second in the feature race,
Oh, yeah,
but
that's right,
'cause we
to
Dan
Sean,
yeah,
yeah?
Sean and Tyson
Yeah,
got us in that one,
yeah.
but because we'd DNF'd in the races, the main races, we didn't place in those.
So that got you sort of hooked onto the motocross then?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, as painful of an event it was, I liked it quite a bit, just jumping again is that's heaps good fun.
yep. And you do some pretty big jumps, that photo that's kicking around of you and Benny at, South Coast, what goes through your head when you're doing that?
Not much to be honest, but the main focus is just going up that face. I'm just thinking about trying to get that timing right to give it that bit of an extra pull up and help lift that bike to get it over that bit further, as well as just hoping Benny's got it lined up right.
Is there any techniques or anything like that that, you do to be able to do those big jumps?
It's the main one that I personally do from the passenger side of things is I almost just try and give it a bit of a lift on that side just to help give it that bit of extra lift on the bigger jumps. And then I'll just try and stay light, but also there to catch the side if it does start to rock.
Do you guys have you had any, like, dodgy ones where you, like, land all squirrely or, like, near misses?
Yeah, yeah, me and Benny there at the practice of Murray Williams last year. There was the 2 tabletops along by the grandstands where everyone was parked up in the pits there. That second one we took off from, and it sort of the bike wasn't jumping it wasn't jumping on it properly, and I reckon it could have slightly had something to do with suspension, but I'm no expert on the suspension. And it was just sort of throwing us sideways, and one of them we landed pretty much at a 90 to the track.
Oh god.
And yeah, I don't know how it saved it, but we somehow rode out of it all right,
Yeah,
and we just ended up half jumping that jump for the rest of the day.
yeah. And what happened to you guys? You something happened with the motor or something? Because I remember seeing you actually came past us and I was like, "Oh, something doesn't smell good there." I thought your bike smelled hot, something was going on, but I remember seeing you guys jumping with steam coming out the back of the bike.
Yeah, so we'd had the bike was that was an old Carby 560, so it was working pretty hard in that deeper mud in the start of the day there, and it just it popped a coolant hose off, like coolant line off, and it was just spraying coolant everywhere.
Oh,
I
yep.
was I was sitting there trying to point it out to Benny, but he'd seen his coolant cap, like a radiator cap on the ground in front of us when I was trying to cool it out to him. So he thought I was telling him that Sean and Adrian had lost a radiator cap.
Oh, it was yours.
And yeah, because I was having to swing through it because Benny wasn't backing off, and yeah, it was just spraying everywhere. And
Oh,
then
bloody
you
hell.
could You could feel it every lap, those doubles we were doing out the back there, the rollers that we were hitting as doubles, they were getting you'd come up shorter and shorter every time because you were losing so much power,
Ah, okay, yep.
and then, yeah, just ended up stopping.
Yeah, bugger, because you guys were going really good.
Yeah, yeah, we were going alright there.
Yeah. And are you guys teaming up for, like, more this year?
Yeah, that is the hope, depending on what we're around to do, and we're planning to do as many as we can, so hopefully we can get around to a few of them. But he get the bike set up for motocross at some point for the Aussie titles after the season's done. That's the main one we were planning to go to this year, I think.
Yeah.
Do the Aussie titles this year, seeing as we missed out on it last year.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
Benny
have to
wasn't
give
around
your
for it.
Give your dad a run for his money, hey?
Yeah, try to.
Um,
Can only try.
what do you do to train or prep for races? Do you do
That's a
anything?
good question. Uh, Hop on at the 6 hours and try and go as hard as I can for as long as I can.
Yep. So you don't do
Yeah,
any training?
no, I haven't really trained too much for it this year at least.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it hasn't really been on my radar. They've been fairly short sections luckily so far.
Yeah, that's the good part about, reliability trials. They're over most of them are over quick and then get a bit of a rest.
Yeah, yeah, so, probably would help to do a bit more fitness, but yeah, that involves energy.
So do you have any, like race day rituals or anything? Like, what's your typical race day?
No, I don't really have anything special I do, like, go out of my way to do before races. Main part I'll just try and do before races is get a good bit of food in me, bit of
Yep,
nutrients, and then if I'm with dad, he's got his race day tunes playlist that we'll listen to,
yep,
but yeah, I don't have anything special I do.
yep. And what's in your race bag? What do you pack?
Uh, Most of the time it's, like, obviously your motorbike gear, but I, um, I don't actually go too overboard with food and that for 6 hours. I've never really stressed about food and that for 6 hours from what I've done so far. It's mainly just been making sure I've got water there to rehydrate because I've been trying to drink a lot more water while racing
Yep,
this year because last few I hadn't been bloody drinking enough and I end up starting to cramp up a bit too much.
yep,
So it's mainly just trying to put water in boxes and whatnot, making sure my camelback's filled with water.
yep. Do you get on the electrolytes and gels and stuff like that?
I actually haven't. Well, I might have a Powerade or something at the box, but otherwise it's just been water and a cup of chips or something at mains.
Yeah.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
How do you go, eating at the 24?
Um, First year I certainly could have been better. I reckon that's why I struggled with energy so much the first year. That I just didn't eat enough at the 24 there. But
Y
last year's it's not really a good way to tell because we did one lap of it and then we had a cracked fuel tank, so we didn't get through
Oh, okay, yep.
very far.
I I reckon the eating part is one of the harder things about doing that race because you just feel sick.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I try and keep it's with the bigger events or even just everyday life lately. I've just been trying to keep a bit more like bit smaller amounts in consistently.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just leave it too long in between meals and I end up feeling too sick to eat.
Yeah, yep, yep,
So I'll just try and keep smaller amounts more often.
yep. No, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah,
That way you don't get to that point where you're already feeling crap and then it's too late then, and then you try and eat a big bunch of stuff and then you just feel sick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be certainly interesting with the 24 being, well, again, I haven't had a decent crack at it in experts yet. So
Oh,
I'll see
okay,
how it
yep,
goes this year. Try and keep a bit more food in the boxes being 6 hour laps instead of three.
yep. I always try and have a banana at every fuel stop. Which is good
Yeah,
because bananas are really good with, like, potassium and, like, help you with the cramps and stuff like that, and, they got lots of energy, so they're a good one,
yeah,
and they're not too big and not really that hard to eat,
yeah,
so
yeah.
bananas are good.
My go-to's been just muesli bars because 'cause
Yeah,
they're quick and simple, and then you can half eat one, wrap it back up, and chuck it back in the box. It might be a bit sour by the time you get back round to it, but it's
yeah,
still be edible.
even in your pocket because you can break bits
Yeah,
off when you're sitting at controls and stuff, and, like, a lot of them have, like, nuts and stuff in them as well, which is really good for energy and protein
yeah,
power. Yeah. which is
Yeah,
good.
only problem I've ever had with chucking stuff like muesli bars in my pockets is I end up hitting the bar or something or smacking into Benny's back, and it crushes it flat,
Yeah.
so I end up with smushed food all through my jacket.
And then you probably forget about it, and then next time you go to ride, you put your hand in your pocket and go, "Oh, yeah, what's this?"
Yeah, yeah, or I'll have a couple in my camel pack that I haven't opened. I'll be like, "Oh, there's a snack for the shed."
So, over the years, who have been your role models?
Um, Probably biggest 3 at this rate had been, well, Dad just he's inspired me a fair bit just to be in the sport and keep chugging along with races and that, especially in the senior category. And then the other 2 would definitely have to be Stiff and Brian.
Yep,
Watching watching Stiff, especially growing up, and how he's, well, whatever age they are now, they're mid-40s at least, and they're still going strong and he's still an energizer bunny.
yep,
And then just seeing, yeah, what Brian's done overseas and that's really one of the big goals is to get overseas. So seeing him over there, that's been a big inspiration to try and do that as well.
yep. So, you wanna go overseas and race over there?
Yeah, yeah. Looks really cool doing motocross and that over there.
Yep. Have you thought about going over to do the Welsh 2-day, like, with your dad?
Yeah, there's been talk of doing it next year with him.
Yep,
So try and head over there next year and do it with him then.
yep. And what, the, like, GPs and stuff is something that you would wanna do?
Eventually, yeah, I'd love to go over there and try and do some GPs and some motocross. That'd be they look really fun over there. And while I'm young, but he wouldn't mind getting over there.
Yep. So, what would be your dream race?
Oh, that's a tough one to say. I haven't really looked at the tracks over there. I've watched the races, but I've
Yeah.
never paid attention to where they are.
Yeah. So
But
it'd be just pretty much just one of the GPs, really?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that'd be probably one of the dream races.
Yeah. And if you could swing for any rider in the world, who would it be? If you had a
Oh,
chance. If someone was to call you up, who would you want it to be?
that's a really tough question. There's a fair few really good riders out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I hadn't ever thought about that. It'd have to be one of the GP boys. Like,
Yeah.
if have a left-hand GP bloke call up over there, that'd be heaps good.
Yeah.
That'd be a dream come true there.
I reckon jumping on with one of, like, the UK boys, like Dan Foden or,
Yeah,
Mike Hodge, like, one of them guys would be pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Well, wouldn't be able to do anything on a right-hand side car, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, well, all those UK guys have the left-hand
Yeah,
ones, so and I reckon they'd be a bit of a laugh too, because they all seem a bit crazy.
yeah, yeah. They all seem pretty friendly over there too.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome to, see you over there getting amongst it all. So, I
Yeah,
hope that one day that happens for you. That'd be pretty cool. Someone we could cheer on. We haven't had anyone really go over there and do anything for a while, so
yeah,
it would be good. Maybe you would, because James was talking about, wanting to go over there at some stage too, so that would be cool if
yeah,
there was a bunch of yous that were all over there.
yeah. Get a bit of a Australian name out there.
Yeah, well, it'd be cool to get a team back over to the Des Nations. I reckon that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be heaps cool.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's something that, all of us as a sidecar community can probably, maybe work on building up to, in a
Yeah,
few years' time or something like that. If we started planning it now, we might be able to get something
yeah.
happening,
It'd be
which would be cool because we've got all these you guys, young up and comers coming up that want to give it a crack.
yeah, yeah.
That would be good.
It'd be good to see Australians over there on the bigger stage.
Yeah, yeah. So, what would you say so far has been your biggest achievement?
At this stage, I'd certainly have to say finishing that first 24. That has to be, well, biggest achievement and a highlight for the career.
Yeah,
That's seeing that finish line, it was a great feeling, especially knowing you put in all that effort all through the night and just to see the end there and everyone around there having their beers and get to have a chat about it to everyone.
Yeah. I think
And
that is the cool part of the 24, like, being able to, like, afterwards being able to have that chat with all the people that were in there because unless you've been in that race, you've got no idea. And, like, it's it's cool being able to say, "Oh my god, that bog hole or that hill or that gnarly section of rocks," like, it's really cool to be able to have that connection with people.
yeah, and it's very similar for all the road trials. Like, unless you're riding it, you could be on about a complete section of track that no one even knows what you're on about unless you've ridden it.
Yeah, yep,
Like, you won't be able to see it from the roadsides, and there's not many spots you can go into the sections anymore.
yeah. Well, that's what I try and explain to people, like, my husband watches and he goes, "Oh my god, that looked crazy," and I'm like, "That is nothing. That is nothing compared to what we've been riding on out in the middle of the paddocks, like, you got no idea, like, some of it is just insane, but they'll never see it because they can't, go out there.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's what makes it cool, though. There's some parts where you're riding and you think, "If I wasn't in this, I would never have got to see this part
yeah.
of, the land or whatever."
There's a lot of areas that the sections take you to that you wouldn't even know about unless you were allowed in the paddock.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you wouldn't even know that that existed.
Yeah,
Like, there's parts in the around the Palmer one that when I did that, I've lived around this area forever, and I didn't know that there was, like, rock formations and things like that out there, but, yeah, you wouldn't see it if you were a normal person.
yeah, yeah, and it's one of those things you don't really have time to take it in. It's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, she'd have flied through there. But, yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Um, so what do you think has been the biggest challenges?
Um, Certainly finding the people that are looking for passengers or like once people have their crews, it's quite common that they'll stick stick with them
Yeah.
for a fair bit. So there's been a few events I've ended up missing out on because I wasn't able to find a ride to hop on for in time. I've just been lucky enough to that Benny was looking for a passenger last year for the 24.
You
But
guys
yeah,
go
that's
good together too. You
yeah.
seem to be a good match-up.
I've gelled really well with Benny. He's a very smooth rider. So I like hopping on for Benny. He's very smooth, good rider.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. You're doing good things when you're out there.
Yeah, yeah, and that is the aim to just keep trying to gel that bit more each time and just pick up the pace slowly but surely. Certainly not going to come overnight, so we'll just keep chipping away at it.
Like, what do you find the most challenging? Like, what sort of, like, tracks and stuff?
Me personally, I find the off camber stuff most challenging.
Yeah.
That's just as because I'm a lighter passenger, I find it fairly hard to keep up with the off camber. Yeah, I've got to put a fair bit of effort in to keep that chair wheel down. So the off camber stuff, along with the left right, like quick switchback stuff, is very hard for me.
Through the creeks and the rocks and all that sort of stuff, like, you're confident doing all that stuff?
I certainly still need to work on some of the creek stuff. Just like trying to keep an even balance between going out one side and going out the other. But I wouldn't say it's not the worst spot for me, but yeah, it's certainly not my easiest spot yet.
Yeah. And how do you go through, like, the mud, like, the bog holes and stuff?
Um, from what I've done, which hasn't actually been a whole heap of bog hole stuff, it's not too bad. It's pretty much just try to lean back as much as I can and get that weight on the rear and keep that front light, but
Yeah.
that's hasn't been a terrible challenge, but I haven't had to face much mud yet other than Robbie last year, which I didn't do too much of in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bloody muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about motocross? What's been your favourite track?
I'd have to say South Coast so far.
Yep.
that's a heaps good track there. Nice big jumps, and it's all fairly flowy still.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you guys, because you did Perry with Mert, didn't you? You guys had a bit of a crash there and you didn't really get you only
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
what,
So
1 race?
yeah, yeah. So if Mert listens to this, it's his fault, and he hit the soft patch. He'll try and tell you I wasn't out far enough, right? But I reckon he hit the soft
That
patch.
was a dodgy part of the track, though.
Yeah,
And I've seen
yeah.
other people crash there, not on sidecar, but on solos as well, because there's that bit of that hole there,
Yeah,
and it's a bit
yeah,
of a weird, yeah, it's a bit of a weird corner, like, part
yeah.
there.
And we'd almost gotten a bit greedy trying to keep on Norm's Aggie's rear there, trying to overtake him a few cheeky spots, and I reckon it bit us there because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we
So,
came around the corner and you guys were, like, flipping the bike over and we're like, "Oh, no, what the hell has happened to them?"
yeah, yeah. Well, Mert was he had broken his collarbone in the end, and we were going to keep riding if the one of the switches on the bars had rotated around and locked the clutch out, so we couldn't keep riding. But if that wasn't the case, he would have kept riding with his broken collarbone.
Yeah, and didn't your dad use some parts off that bike anyway? Because didn't his something happen to his bike?
He just ended up using that whole bike
Oh.
for the weekend. So yeah, he ended up stealing that bike because Mert wasn't in a condition to ride it, and him and James Wally rode that around for the rest of the day.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, that was a cool event, that was.
Yeah,
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 it's a
it's a
bugger
very
you
physical
guys
track up there.
yeah, yeah, it's busy. It's very back and
Yeah,
forth, and, yeah, it's a bugger you guys, crashed out of that one. Um,
yeah.
yeah, so what's your favourite thing about racing sidecars?
Honestly, it'd have to be the community, just how everyone gets around each other and supports each other. I just love that a lot. That's yeah, it's got to be the favorite part about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's willing to lend a hand to each other and give each other advice on what works and what doesn't work. No one's hiding too many secrets. So
I know that's helped me a lot because everyone's so
yeah,
willing to help. No,
yeah.
it's awesome. What do your friends think when you tell them that's what you do?
Um, most of them know about it already, so they're not too shocked. But I've had a few where they're like, "Wait, so you hang off the side?" And it's like, "Yeah, yeah, it's fun." And they're mainly shocked if they haven't heard of it before, but most of them have been around, and I just say you're crazy, and then that's about it.
Yeah. And how your poor mum, she must be bloody she's got your dad doing it, now you're doing it. She must be stressed out.
Yeah, look, she's not too bad because she's been watching Dad for many years, so by the time I've come around, she's adjusted to it, and she's used to it now, so she's not too bad now while I'm racing.
Yeah.
She's not too stressed.
And does she follow you around when you're doing the road trials?
Um, yeah, it's a bit hard for her because she's doing her netball and that, so most of the road trials, it'll just be me and Dad, depending on where Dad is, if he's in the country or out racing, but most of the time, it'll just be me and Dad at the 6 hours unless it's a day, night, and then they might pop out after netball, but
Yep.
mainly 24, they'll definitely come out for, and most of the time, Robbie.
What do you do for work?
I've at the moment, I'm learning to shear, so
Oh, okay. Yep. And
yeah.
that's all good. It all fits in all right with racing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fairly good schedule with racing because most of the off season is the race season anyway, so
Yeah. And
while
shearing,
shearing's a bit
that's hard work.
yeah, it's not easy.
Yep. Yeah, my grandpa was a shearer for his whole life. It's yeah, we spent a bit of time in the shearing sheds when we were
Yeah,
kids. It's hard work.
yeah. Certainly good fitness and good money, so
Yeah, yeah, well, that'll keep
figure
you fit
while
for racing.
while I'm young and can, I may as well.
Yep. Oh, cool. Is there anything that you wish that you had a known, like, when you first started? Like, is there anything that you wish someone had sort of shown you or taught you?
Um, there's a lot of stuff I wish I had known earlier, but it's all a part of a learning experience. And it's just mainly just technique and don't overexert yourself. Like you still comes to swinging to what you need to, but don't overexert yourself. I wish I had been taught before the 24 that time.
Just don't overswing, sort of thing.
Yeah, don't like obviously still swing to the what you need to
Yeah,
keep the bike riding quick, but don't do any more than you need to.
yeah.
Between that and don't show off to the camera, I wish those 2 are the ones I wish I got taught a bit earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what are your future plans?
Um, at this stage, it's finish this season with Benny first off is the main one, do a bit of motocross this season with him. And then next year's gonna be a bit messy if I go to Wales with Dad, so I'll see what Benny wants to do and what goes on there because I might try and do a bit with Dad before we go over to Wales.
Yeah, yeah,
So, plan is next year to go over to Wales with Dad and, complete that before he pulls a pin on his racing,
yeah,
and then, yeah, do a bit with Benny, do the 24 with Benny and that next year,
yeah.
and just go from there after that. Whatever happens from there, it's sort of however it goes.
You need to con your dad into doing the Western Beach race.
Yeah, he's looked at it a couple times.
I really wanna do that race, but I'm like, "Oh, someone else could go over and do it." I wanna cheer someone on from Australia
Yeah,
in there.
yeah, it looks like a good event. It's
Yeah. No, it looks
that'd
hard.
be yeah, it'd put a bit more, stress on getting over there then as well.
Yeah,
You'd have to go over a decent bit earlier
yeah.
or go 2 trips over.
So, day or night racing?
Night racing, I reckon. I like riding at the night.
Sand or rocks?
Rocks.
Lead from the front or chase down?
Um, mm, I'd honestly prefer to chase down because it gives you a bit of a challenge to focus on.
Yep. Tight single trails or wide open paddocks?
Tight trails, makes you think about it.
Dust or mud?
Less air filters to do. Harder to clean, but less air filters.
Two stroke or four stroke?
I'd have to go two-stroke. Can't beat a good old Zabel.
Favorite track?
South Coast.
Win ugly or lose riding perfect?
Lose riding perfect.
A fresh track or a rutted out?
Um, I'd have to go fresh track for energy-wise.
Logs or bog holes?
Logs all day.
What's your biggest adrenaline rush?
It'd have to be motocross.
Toughest race?
23 hours so far.
What's your favourite post race feed?
Chicken palmy. Have to be a chicken palmy.
And one word to describe sidecar racing.
Wicked.
Awesome. On that note, I should probably let you go and
Yeah.
yeah, wrap it up. And yeah, thanks heaps for jumping on to have a chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's
No,
been good.
no, it's good. It's good to hear from, we get all these people on that are, been doing the sport for a long time. So it's good to hear, perspective as someone that's, newer into it and up and coming and yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's good. Um,
Yeah, no.
so on that one, what would be your advice to anyone wanting to give it a go?
I'll just hop in and give it a go, though. It might be hard to find a rider, but once you do, it's usually not too bad, and as long as you get along with them, it's always good fun.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about the placing, just as long as you're out there giving it a crack.
Yep. No, awesome. And yeah, I guess I will probably see you at the 24.
Yeah, I'll see you there. It should be
Yep.
good fun.
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably see you around and good luck if I don't. I'm sure I will see you, but
Yeah.
yeah, should be a good
Yeah,
one.
no, good luck to you too.
Yep. It should be we're on a new bike, so that'll be
Oh,
interesting.
That's going to be good fun.
Yeah, Jason got a new bike, so
Yeah.
we haven't had a test ride or anything like that. We're just going to jump on and go, so should be all
Nah,
right.
you got 24 hours to test ride.
Yeah, yeah, we got the first lap to get into it.
Yeah.
No, it should be good. Um,
Righto.
all
Thanks for
right,
having me
no
on.
worries. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right,
Catch you
cheers,
later.
mate. See ya. I just want to give a shout out to the Sidecar Spin sponsors: the Dohse Family, Manuel MotoSports, Modern Air, Diesel Performance Solutions SA, and Clare Valley Speckle Park Beef. Please go and jump on Facebook and give these guys a like, and make sure you pop in and support the businesses that support sidecars. Thank you. If you would like to become a Sidecar Spin supporter, please contact me. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Sidecar Spin. And thank you so much to Brett for jumping on and having a chat. And thanks to everyone for all the support. And I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we'll see you again next time. Bye.